Bezrat Hashem, Parachat Vayelekh. Nitzavim Vayelekh always come together, and it always comes before Rosh Hashanah. Always come. Nitzavim is speaking about the day before Moshe Rabbeinu passed away. זה היה היום לפני שהוא עזב את העולם. Vav Adar. Vayelekh is speaking about the day he left the world. Zayin Adar. But before he left the world, Hashem אמר לו לעשות משהו. Hashem told him a lot of things. But Parashat Vayelekh, it says Hashem told him something. What did Hashem told him? Hashem told him, כי אדוני אלוהיך הוא ההולך עמך, לא ירפך ולא יעזבך, כן? ויקרא משה ליהושע, ויאמר אליו לעיני כל ישראל, חזק ואמץ, כי אתה תבוא את העם הזה לארץ, אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותם לתת להם, ואתה תנחילנה אותם. Says Rashi. Hashem is telling Moshe Rabbeinu, take Yehoshua, and that's it, give over. You have to give him over the torch, you know? There's a torch, now tell the torch. עכשיו הוא הולך. חזק ואמץ. You are the one to lead the Jewish people into the land of Israel. You are the one to make the wars for them. You are the one to settle them in the thing. אומר רש"י, כי אתה תבוא את העם הזה, because you, Yehoshua, you're going to bring, הרי את תעוליית המעדן, משה אמר ליהושע, משה is telling Yehoshua, זקנים שבדור יהיו עמך. אבל תיקח תמיד את הזקנים. Always take the sages, always take the elderly with you to have advice. To have advice. Like you're going to have the Sanhedrin, you're going to have the Chachamim, ואתה רוצה לעשות משהו, you want to make war, you want to do this, תשאל עצה. It's good to do it, not good to do it. What should I do? How should I do? תמיד תשאל עצה. In life, don't take big decision upon yourself. Ask advice. תשאל עצה. תשאל. תשאל את אשתך. Ask your wife. Ask your son, if he understands. Ask your rabbi. תשאל עצה. תכף תראה מה צריך לעשות עם זה. In life, before you do something, ask advice.
לומדים את זה מהקדוש ברוך הוא. נעשה אדם.
בדיוק. הקדוש ברוך הוא חזק. איך אתה? רגע, מה אתה קופץ?
לא ידעתי.
חכה, לא. הקדוש ברוך הוא himself, when he wanted to create אדם הראשון, he asked the angels, נעשה אדם בצלמנו כדמותנו, should we make a mankind like us? מה זה like us? אין לו גוף, ואין לו דמות הגוף. הקדוש ברוך הוא doesn't have a body, doesn't have a shape. It means no, like us means he can talk, he can do things, right? He's going to have a body, because he's going to be בתחתונים, he's going to be, but he asked him, מה הקדוש ברוך הוא did? What did הקדוש ברוך הוא do? ויעש השם אלוהים את האדם. And God created the man. 1 second. You just asked them, should we do, should we not do? As they were discussing, he went and he did it on his own. What is he teaching you? When you ask advice, does not mean do what the other person is telling you.
True.
תשאל עצה, אולי תקבל איזה רעיון, אולי תקבל משהו, אתה מבין? You're gonna, but at the end, do what you have to do. Listen to Rashi. Now listen to Rashi. תשמע איזה רש"י מעניין. תשמע איזה רש"י. משה רבנו is telling Yehoshua, תיקח איתך את הזקנים. Take the זקנים, take the elderly, ask advice, תשאל אותם, תתייעץ איתם. אבל מה הקדוש ברוך הוא אומר? ליהושע? In the רש"י. הקדוש ברוך הוא אמר ליהושע, כי אתה תביא את בני ישראל אשר נשבעתי. הכל תלוי בך, טול מקל ואכל קודקודם. אתה תיקח את המקל, you take the stick, and you do whatever you have to do. You ask advice, but you do what you have to do. כן? אתה מבין? לשאול עצה, to ask advice is very important. Because sometimes you can get an idea, or sometimes you can have a enlightenment of something you didn't think about.
לא ראית משהו
כן,
אחר.
כן.
אבל רגע, זה לא מבלבל את הבן אדם, כי ברגע שיש לו דעה,
That's it. That's exactly the point. You have an idea, but you don't know if you're right. So ask people. If they're going to say, oh, you know what? They're going to say something, do like this. Oh, it's exactly my idea. Good, I'm going to go ahead. And if they're going to say, no, don't do that because of that. And then you say, no, whatever he says, I already thought about. Whatever he says, oh, that's a good point to think about. But at the end, who's going to execute everything? Yourself. So ask תשאל, תתעניין, תתייעץ, get people's advice, but do what you have to do. So who can be your advisor? Your wife can be your advisor. Sometimes your son can be an advisor. Sometimes a friend can be an advisor. Most probably your rabbi can be an advisor. But always ask. You can do whatever you want at the end. And that's what you should do. You should do
you know the most.
whatever you feel, because sometimes a person has a feeling, right, that other people don't have, because the Kosh Baruch Hu gives you the idea, right? You want to do a business, but you say, I'm not sure, the market is not so good now, and this and that, and you have so many doubts. Ask somebody, right, to give you. If the guy tells you, oh yeah, wow, that's a great idea what you have, okay? So then, and then you're going to feel a bit more confident.
Sure.
And then he's going to tell you maybe, no, ata, don't do. Lama? Because this, that I thought about. That's not a problem. Okay? Ta'aseh, ask etzah, ask advice, and do what you have to do. Omer Rashi, says Rashi, Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling Yoshua, everything depends on you. Akol talui becha. Tol makel. Take a stick. Achad kodkodam. If you have to hit them, hit them. Dabar echad lado. There is one leader and not two leaders. Every generation has one leader. There's not two leaders, right? So you ask advice. What? They're all going to become leaders now? No. Dabar echad. There's leader echad. There is only one leader that leads the thing, right? I want to show you something interesting. We're about almost Rosh Hashanah, נכון? There is a Mishnah in Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah, Masechet Rosh Hashanah, Perek Bet. Okay? Let me explain you a little bit of things, and then you're going to understand better the Mishnah. בעברית ככה, בעברית קלה. עברית, English. כן. יש לנו ראש חודש, נכון? You know what's ראש חודש. We have ראש חודש. Now, the month, how long is a month? 30 days, נכון? But actually it's not 30 days.
29.55.
29 days, 12 hours, and 42 minutes. That's, what does it represent? Ayareach, the moon. The moon, right, how does it start? It starts like a small line. Small line. Hakach becomes bigger, right? The crescent. And then in the middle of the month, the Tet Vav, it becomes a full moon. Full moon, נכון? Tet Zayin, 16, 17. Smaller. Then crescent.
From the other side.
29 days. 12 hours and 42 minutes, the moon disappears in the sky. You don't see it. 29 days, 12 hours, 29 יום, 12 שעות, 42 דקות, הירח לא רואים אותו בשמיים. The next day, day number 30, יום 30, you see a small line that's called molad. That's the new birth of the moon. זה מתי שהלבנה נולדה מחדש, as if she was born, right? And then the month start. The Gemara is saying, they came to Rabban Gamliel and they told him, Rabbeinu, you know, we saw the moon. It's going to be Rosh Chodesh tomorrow. Amar lahem, it's not Rosh Chodesh. So, בדיוק. So they asked him, איך אתה יודע? How do you know? He says, because it's not 29 days yet, and 12 hours and 42 minutes. So you cannot see the moon. The next day, they found out he was right. It was like clouds, and it made like, it gave an effect, like it's the small light of the moon, it was not the moon. So yes, there's calculation, right? עכשיו תשמעו. Every month, כל חודש, היו באים עדים. Witnesses would come and testify. ראינו את הלבנה אתמול בלילה, we saw the moon last night. It was this side, up, down, ככה. As a beit din, the chachamim, the rabbis would say, tonight is Rosh Chodesh. Or they can say, tomorrow is Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh is 1 day. Rosh Chodesh is 2 days. הכל לפי העדות. What they saw, says, now you can understand. The Mishnah says over here, that Edim, witnesses came, ואמרו, באו שניים, ואמרו, ראינו בזמנו. we saw the moon at its time. The 30th day, the 30th night before we saw the, okay? But after the next day, ובליל עיבורו, לא נראה, we didn't see it. וקיבלן רבן גמליאל, and Rabban Gamliel accepted them, and he told them, Rosh Chodesh is tonight. Comes Rabbi Dosa ben Arkinas, he says, מה זה? How is it possible that you saw the moon the night before, and the next day you didn't see the moon? How does it go? It goes bigger.
Right.
It doesn't disappear. It disappears on the 29th day, 12 hours and 42 minutes. But the next day you see it. You see already the croissant, the little line. How did you didn't see the day after? It's like if you say, this lady, this lady is pregnant.
But she had a baby yesterday.
Yeah, but she had a baby yesterday. How can she have a baby yesterday if she was pregnant today? You understand? If you saw the moon yesterday, the day after you don't see the moon, how is it possible? When you don't see the moon, it's the Ibur. So they started arguing.
Why would the Chachamim rely on witnesses?
Oh, you're going to see soon. So what happened? One of the Chachamim, Rabbi Yoshua, he says, I don't follow what Rabban Gamliel says. I don't. Shalach lo Rabban Gamliel. Rabban Gamliel shalach lo michtav, a letter. He tell him, Gozrani alecha, I decree on you that you're going to come to me. That was a story that happened on Rosh Hashanah. Means the day when is Rosh Hashanah is going to be. You're going to come to me according to your cheshbon of Kippur. If there's no calendar, what do? You fix Rosh Chodesh.
10 days.
You fix Rosh Chodesh, and then you count 10 days.
Yeah.
Right? So you say that my date is too early, right? You say it's supposed to be tomorrow, nachon? You're gonna, no, slicha. You say that the day they saw the moon, זה מתי, כן? You're gonna come on Yom Kippur שלך אצלי. You're gonna do twice Kippur. You're gonna do my Yom Kippur, and you're gonna do your Yom Kippur.
No one, only one.
Why? כי אתה חולק עליי. רבן גמליאל זה היה נשיא. אתה חולק עליי? You argue with me? So you're going to do two Kippur. My Yom Kippur and your Yom Kippur. גוזרני עליך שתבוא אצלי במקלך ובמעותך ביום כיפור. רגע. On the Yom Kippur of yours, you're going to take a bag of money and a stick. Are we allowed to touch money on Yom Kippur? No. למה? ככה אתה תראה לכולם שאתה טעית. That you made a mistake.
Wow.
That you say today is Kippur and you have a bag of money in your hand. איך יכול להיות? אז אתה טעית. So you're going to do my Kippur, the day I decree, and you're going to come the next day of your Yom Kippur, you're going to come with a bag of money and with a stick, which you're not allowed to touch Yom Kippur. But it's going to show everybody that you were wrong. הוא היה עצוב. הלך ומצוא רבי עקיבא מצר. רבי עקיבא saw, he said, עצוב. אמר לו, למה אתה עצוב? Why you say? ראית מה הוא עשה לי? You see what he did to me? He told me to come on my Yom Kippur with a stick and with money. אמר לו רבי עקיבא, תשמע, אני אלמד אותך משהו. I'll teach you something. מה שעשה רבן גמליאל עשוי. Whatever he says, you have to listen to him. He's the rabbi, he's the top rabbi. Right? Whatever he says, you have to listen to him. למה? שנאמר, listen to this, זה משהו פלא. שנאמר, it's something amazing. In the Torah it says, אלה מועדי אדוני מקראי קודש, אשר תקראו אותם במועדם. Those are the holidays which are going to be holy for you, that you are going to call for. Why does it say שתקראו אותם? אל תקראו אותם, אלא אתם. You decide when is Rosh Chodesh. You decide when is the holiday. So even if Rabban Gamliel made a mistake, בשמיים, הקדוש ברוך הוא is going to go לפי רבן גמליאל. Because the Torah gave the power to the Nasi and to Beit Din. So if he decides Kippur is today, even if it's not for, it's not true. זה לא נכון. לא משנה. אשר תקראו אותם, אשר תקראו אתם. אני, הקדוש ברוך הוא אומר, מה שאתם אומרים, אני הולך. You say something, I follow you. אז עכשיו הוא אומר לו, אם אתה תחלוק על רבן גמליאל, if you are going to argue with him, if you're going to start arguing, you know what's going to happen? Everybody is going to start arguing with the rabbis. And then we're going to have to say, oh, אז מה שמשה רבנו אמר is also not true. חס ושלום. You're going to start arguing with Moshe Rabbeinu, with the Torah. You're going to say, מה הוא כתב? It's 3,000 years ago. היום זה לא ככה. Today is not like this. You know what people say? Moshe Rabbeinu, if it would be today in time, is modern. He would see everything is going on. Moshe Rabbeinu knew everything was going to happen in the world. So you're going to start arguing with Rabban Gamliel. You're going to start arguing after with Moshe Rabbeinu. Whatever he tells you, do. ככה אמר לו רבי עקיבא. רבי עקיבא, that's the advice he told him. You have to respect. אומר משה רבנו ליהושע, take advice from the זקנים, כן? אומר השם ליהושע, אתה תחליט. מה שאתה תגיד אני אעשה. You decide something, you ask them advice, but you decide something, אני הולך איתך. I'm going with you. אז ככה זה הכוח של נשיא הדור, כן? אז אומר לך בחיים, in life, you want to do something, but you decide to do something, do it. Because Hashem is going to be with you. He's going to help you to... זה מה שדיברנו מקודם, that's what we spoke before. תעשה רצון, make yourself a will, I want to do this, כן? ותחליט. Right? תשאל זה, תחליט. You decided, הקדוש ברוך הוא איתך. הקדוש ברוך הוא is going with you. Right? You want to give tzedakah, הקדוש ברוך הוא is going to be. You want to do a mitzvah, הקדוש ברוך הוא is going to be with you. Whatever you're going to decide, God is going to follow your advice. כמובן זה דברים טובים, לא שטויות. לא אחד אומר לקדוש ברוך הוא, I want to buy a building. טוב, תשמע.
אני לא יודע.
כן. לא, זהו, הנה. אתה want to open a school. You want to open a school, right? יש לך idea. You have an idea. אבל איך תפתח? אתה, מאיפה אתה וסקול? מה לך ולסקול? אבל you have a good idea. כן? The fact that you have the idea, already בשמיים פתחת צינור, you open a pipe בשמיים. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to send you now people to help you to come to your idea. You understand?
וכמה זמן זה לוקח מאז שהחלטת עד שהקדוש ברוך הוא עושה?
זה תן לקדוש ברוך הוא את עצמה. So ראש השנה, there's an interesting thing. They say ראש השנה, אתה יודע מה אומרים ראש השנה? שהשופר תוקע, when they sound the שופר, תקבל החלטה. Get yourself, take upon yourself a decision. מה אתה הולך לעשות השנה? One thing. מחשבה. השופר, when shofar blows, זה פותח את השמיים, זה
Only one thing?
One thing. You want 10 things, you're not going to get nothing. So do one thing.
תפסת מרובה
תתחיל עם משהו.
לא, לעבודת השם.
עבודת השם, בסדר. מה אתה רוצה? Hashem, give me good memories so I remember, right? Hashem, give me a lot of money so I can support my this. Give me this. Give me a good wife. He's not married. He wants a good wife. He wants the children. He doesn't have children. בזמן שופר, בטח. רק לחשוב, אסור לדבר.
אפשר לכתוב את זה לפני זה? ואז לערוק.
נכון. אתה יכול, אם אתה יכול, תעשה לך סטיקי נוט. תעשה סטיקי נוט, תרשום את זה ותחשוב.
אמרת רק דבר אחד.
ביום התרועה, רוב האנשים עושים ברכות למשפחה, לילדים, לנכדים.
זה תעשה בפתיחת האחד. ברכות, פתיחת האחד. לא בתקיעת השופר. לא, תקיעת השופר זה עת רצון. רצון, הכוונה שאתה מקבל עצמך לעשות משהו לשנה החדשה.
רק משהו אחד.
תקבל משהו אחד. החפץ חיים אומר...
אבל לבקש דברים אחרים חוץ מזה?
You can ask what you want. But I'll tell you what the חפץ חיים says. The חפץ חיים says, one person came to a supplier. אמר לו, תן לי זה, תן לי, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. אמר לו, $10,000. He says, okay, put it on credit. אמר לו, לא, put everything back. אמר לו, why? I buy. He says, yeah, but you owe me for 3 years, you didn't pay. For 3 years you took credit. מה? הוא התחיל להגיד, you don't trust me, וזה, התחיל להתעצבן. So there was other merchants over there. אמרו לו, יא חביבי, בוא רגע. אתה, you want this, you want this, you want this. You didn't pay 3 years. What do you think? Well, he's right. Instead of taking 10 things, take one thing. Take one thing, pay it, and make money, and come pay a little bit, and take another thing. Don't take 10 merchandises, right? אומר החפץ חיים, אתה בא ראש שנה, I want to do this year, and this, and this, and that. מה? יש לך עדיין חוב משנה שעברה, you promised so many things to הקדוש ברוך הוא, he didn't do. The whole year לא עשית כלום. מה אתה עכשיו? עוד פעם, אני אעשה, ואני אעשה, נעדו. חביבי, תיקח דבר אחד. Start with one thing. Don't take 10 things, and you don't do nothing. One thing, and do it, and בעזרת השם you're going to have a good credit, and you're going to go ahead.
צריך להגיד בלי נדר, נכון?
אה?
צריך להגיד בלי נדר כל הזמן, נכון?
תראה, אם אתה אומר בלי נדר זה 50% לא. מה זה בלי נדר? זה כמו אחד, אתה אומר לו, are you coming to שיעור תורה? בלי נדר, means he doesn't come. when somebody say בלי נדר, means הוא לא רוצה לעשות.
הבעיה שאתה...
הפוך, שאתה מחייב את עצמך. מה אמר המאמר?
ראינו בפרשת שבוע, לפני כמה זה, הוא לא יגיד לך...
נכון, אבל, אתה צודק.
אתה בטוח בעצמך שאתה תחיה עד אותו זמן?
נכון.
הוא מחליט.
נכון.
מי אתה כאילו...
אני אגיד לך הלכה למעשה. I tell you something interesting. היה שאלה, there was a question like this. בן אדם, a person, they told them he cannot live more, לא יכול לחיות יותר משבועיים. 2 weeks. שמעו את זה, הלכה מאוד, very interesting הלכה. They told this person, the doctors, you have 2 weeks to live. אבל מה זה היה? באיזה זמן זה היה? It was in the period of ספירת העומר. It was in the period of ספירת העומר. עכשיו הוא אמר, היה לו שאלה לרב. He came to ask the rabbi a question. Rabbi, if I start counting the Omer, but in 2 weeks pass away, I'm not going to complete the Omer. So maybe 2 weeks was bracha lebatala. If you know that you're not going to finish ספירת העומר, it's going to be ברכה לבטלה. What should I do? תשמעו, אמר לו הרב זילברשטיין, אמר לו ככה, if you accept on you, אם אתה מקבל עליך לספור את העומר, אתה תהיה בטוח, you can be sure, הקדוש ברוך הוא is going to give you life to finish ספירת העומר. ככה היה. He accepted upon himself to count the Omer fully, עכשיו הדוקטור אמר שבועיים. הוא חי שבוע אחרי ספירת העומר. גמר 50 יום, plus another week. למה? אתה אמרת לקדוש ברוך הוא, אני רוצה לספור את העומר, I want to do the mitzvah ספירת העומר, הקדוש ברוך הוא ייתן לך לגמור את המצווה. אין דבר כזה.
כמו המאמר שקראנו עכשיו לפני.
זהו. That's exactly what the מאמר meant. The מאמר meant, if you accept upon yourself to do a mitzvah, הקדוש ברוך הוא is going to make sure. עכשיו הייתי מתחיל להגיד בלי נדר, אז אתה כבר לא... תקבל, accept, לא, אני רוצה, I want to do, whatever it takes, I'm going to do. גם במחשבה שלך, don't doubt. אם יש לך doubt by your thought, you're not going to do it.
ספק.
אתה צריך להגיד לעצמך, you have to say yourself, I'm doing it. I accept it, I do it.
קפוץ למים.
קפוץ, בדיוק. jump. נחשון בן עמינדב. 3 million people standing there, and הקדוש ברוך הוא says, תיכנסו. Go into the sea. מה פתאום? We have kids, we have this. מצרים, this, that. בן אדם אחד, 1 person out of 3 million had the idea, if Hashem tells us to go, I jump. He jumped, as he jumped, the water opened. נחשון בן עמינדב. Why? יהיה ורצון. הקדוש ברוך הוא יש לו ישועות לעשות לך. So don't think and חשבונות and this and that. You want to do something? Especially if it's a mitzvah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to help you. That's 100%. But you have to be convincing yourself first. Convince yourself. If you're fighting with yourself, yes, no, maybe, I'm not sure how it's going to happen. אתה אומר, I'm completely in the hands of Hashem. If you say that, בעזרת Hashem, you're going to succeed completely. ברוך אדוני לעולם, אמן ואמן.